More controversy surrounding Hunter Biden's budding art career as questions arise as to whether or not the buyers really will remain anonymous to the president's son.
Joining us, former chief ethics lawyer for President George W. Bush, Richard Painter. Richard, great to see you again. I'm going to read the statement here from Walter Shaub. I'm sure you know him, former Obama ethics chief. He tells Fox News, quote, "This White House has a bad habit of vaguely telling us there are safeguards in place without telling us what those safeguards are. They say the buyers won't get preferential access to government officials, but they offer us no way to verify that. They're dwelling in secrecy instead of transparency." I mean, Richard, let's be real. Are any of the people headed to any one of these galleries really interested in anything other than White House access?
Well, I doubt they're interested in just the art for the art's sake. The bottom line here is that, as Louis Brandeis said over 100 years ago, before he went on the Supreme Court, that in ethics, sunlight is the best disinfectant. Transparency, disclosure, that's a fundamental principle in ethics, and Walter Shaub is exactly right about this. When the White House buys into a plan to keep the buyers of Hunter Biden's art secret, the White House is endorsing the exact opposite approach of that urged by Louis Brandeis and others who urge transparency. Okay. And what have we seen? Within a week or two, we already find out that Hunter Biden is going to meet the buyers or prospective buyers of his art. This doesn't work. This plan doesn't work. The White House should have had absolutely nothing to do with it.
Well, let's go ahead and, in fact, take a listen to what the White House has to say. Here's Jen Psaki.
He's not going to have any conversations related to the selling of art. We believe this is a reasonable system that has been established that allows for Hunter Biden to work in his profession within appropriate safeguards.
Look, I mean, at the end of the day, when all is said and done, how important is transparency here? And do you think that we will get full transparency out of the White House? Or do you truly think that they will stay this course?
Well, I hope they don't stay this course because it's going to be very clear with the people in the know as to who buys Hunter Biden's art. He's already meeting the prospective buyers, and it's going to get around. And the question is, are the American people going to know? Yeah. The White House should insist on complete transparency. The best approach to this, by the way, would be for Hunter Biden not to sell the art at all. Just paint, and then sell it after his father leaves office. After all, he made some money with that Ukrainian gas company. I think he's probably doing all right financially. He doesn't need to do this. And $500,000 a pop for some of these paintings, that's just outrageous. He has no record of selling art. He's not an established artist. And this whole scheme makes absolutely no sense unless people want to try to buy access to the White House or the administration or somebody else.
Richard Painter, love having you on. Great insight. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.